Well, hello, and welcome. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and we're here today with a digital reveal. Sort of, we're doing a Sunday evening instead of a Monday evening, just because I was excited and wanted to change it up a little bit. But I promised you guys another digital kit, and it's not the one I expected, but sometimes that's the best thing, right? It's something that just sort of comes together, and you run with it. And so this is my blue and pink Floral Delight digital kit. It's 22 pages. We have 12 of our papers and pages and backgrounds and 10 pages of ephemera. And this is something that I actually started about a year and a half ago. We started on a pink and blue and pink kit, floral patterns, things like that. Me and Lorette were trying to work on. And at the same time, though, we were debating on a retro baking kit. So we took off with the retro baking kit and never got back to this. And so when I saw one of Graphic Fairy's newest collage kits called The Florist, it just sort of fit with what I had started, and the wheels started turning, and I just ran with it. And in about a day and a half, had all of this done. I can't believe how quick it was. Now, of course, it takes me longer to get it to you guys, but I have to work at it and print it and play with it, make sure there's no problems with it, get the listing dealt with, so on and so forth. So usually, I just space it out to where every weekend or Sunday, Monday, you guys, see a new digital kit. So why not? So let's start with some pages, and then we'll get to the ephemera. And I will then do a quick studio video of what I've got going on, what's sitting on here, and then I'll let you go. No real project this time. I know the past couple digital reveals I've had projects for you guys. I don't know what to do with this one yet. I mean, besides the standard, just fold it and put it in a digital kit. Or as a digital kit, put it in a journal. I don't have anything specific for this one yet. At some point, this will reveal its pretty little things, but it's just gorgeous on its own. So, especially even this one. This one is our front page, and it is literally how can you not go wrong as a front cover? Is that gorgeous? If you glue that down with more lace and crunchy paper, and you could I think you could enhance the back of that. So pretty. Oh my gosh. You could grunge this up, of course, putting it on a cream, tea dyed, coffee dyed, paper. Make sure I was on the page. There's plenty of ways to grunge it up more, make it darker. It's very much pink and blue. Some things lend to blue, and some things definitely are pink. So I'm just loving it. So a lot of layers if I could help it. I try to make sure things just got not slapped down, but I wanted just to place stuff and let it shine on its own accord as best as I could. Now everything is backed with one of 3 background pages. And or one of 2 journal pages. So we have 3 backgrounds, 2 journaling, and 6 decorative, I think. So these are great because they do fold beautifully to where you have a little collage and you have some white. So whether you write on it, whether you pocket it, whether you, both sides definitely lend to elements of decor and ephemera easily. Okay. Now this one, everything as usual, I do pretty good to make sure that everything gets folded beautifully in mind. I love her. Feels like this book belongs to type page. And the other side, though, it's music paper. It's lines. So wouldn't that be fun just to be able to write right on it and not think anything of it? This one I backed with a blue and cream-based floral. It should have a little bit more pink in it, I think, but I don't remember. I think it's a little bit more pink on my page, but I may have left it cream. I don't remember. I think it's a little off, and each printer will be a little different. Some will pick up more pink, some will pick up more cream. Some blues will be really bright, and others will be really dull. So each printer is a little different in how it reads, and depends on how much ink you use also determines what really pops out. So that's the background number 2. That's page number 2, right? So there's really a little bit more blue coming into play with pink popping through. There's definitely a pinker page, pinky, peachy, cream colored. We got our floral designs. We have backgrounds and layers and things. Oh my. And I backed it again with that one. I think I used 2 of the 3 backgrounds on most of these, and then use the pink one elsewhere. Then we have a couple of these pages that are definitely a little bit more bookish, where you have a nice border in it. Very obvious that it's left and right. But again, we have every element of pink and blue sort of blended in. This is sort of where I started with these. Some of these critters, this background was what we started fresh with, is what I had worked on a while back. If you notice, this is a similar background to what's in the Wildflower Botanical. Botanical 2 Wildflower kit is this one in varied colors, so it was definitely a background that I had created and was really, I just love it. I can't help but not use it more and more. Now this is telling your 3rd background, but it's also just a great page all by itself. And I love it. It's, you've got the bigger elements on one side, really easy and fun to enhance. A little smaller and more of them on the other side. And then I backed it with the blue pink page. So this is technically your third background page if you wanted something just pretty generic to put back there. But I love this one. This pink and green one turned out really well. Then we definitely go to some darker, obvious blue pages. These are definitely the negatives of what we were working on. I picked up on the blue bird, and hints of all the blue and pink flowers. This one again also folds nicely down the middle, so you're not cutting him off. Now really, once I fold it really flat, he's on one side, and then you just have this nice book page with stamps and florals on it. And by putting it, surprisingly got the blue birdie right on the back. Isn't that great? Then we have our other bordered page where I start laying over some more blues. This one is a little heavier in the blue with a little bit of pink. We've got these elements sitting within the documents everywhere. This is part of a florist, kit, and it says, hey ladies, do you love your flowers? Well, of course we do. Another blue page. Place to write here, easily to put labels on. Put your favorite cluster on it. This was definitely a fun textural page that I again picked up some of those. I picked up the blue, this blue overlay in here as reverse was very fun to play with. And I had a lot of fun with some of the reverses on these guys, so I thought it was nice. And then here's your journaling pages. So this is really clean and easy to journal on. Put another piece of paper over it, whatever you wanted to do. It gives you a nice base to work with. And then you have a birdie. Thank you. Birdie one with a little bit more whited out, so it's definitely obvious that you can write on these. So these are great to put on you can put on the back of every page, every other page. You can, I guess, I did back them, but I backed them upside down. These are my first 2 trials, and I flipped something around and was like, why did I do that? So they may very well be my play ones. But when you print, will be fine. Print the way they come out is the way you put them back in when you print them. And they're good to go. Now on this side, besides the flowers in general, almost everything is one direction just because of the writing, but that's up to you. Of course, if you decide that the writing, you do not care if it's upside down or not, you can let these things go in any direction you want. But I did not do as good of a job on the background pages this time, where front or back, upside or down. You didn't care. I didn't think to swap the birdies right side up and upside down to make this not care which way it went. It was well balanced, and I hated to mess with it. I really did. There's a lot more writing in these pages too, so we don't have as many of the universal directions. But I think they're absolutely gorgeous. It's a great pink and blue if you really love the colors. These are wonderful to do. All great pages. This one I worked on a lot. This one changed about 3 times before I ended up on this page. Things just did not want to pan out the way I wanted to. So, they evolve, right? You just keep messing with them until you get exactly what works best for you. So, a very fun little kit. Like I said, there's a total of 12 pages right here. 2 journals, 3 backgrounds, and I think it makes it, 6 or 7 decorative. So, those are really pretty easy to use. No verticals this time. They're pretty much all horizontal. I think the original layout of those pages started out that way, and leaving it that way. So we go into the 10 pages of ephemera. Make sure I'm still on camera. Here we go. Have to forgive me if you hear the girls in the background. They're inside the house, but that doesn't mean they're super quiet. No one's paying attention to my filming sign. It's like on air, I should have a blinking filming sign. So we have our 3 large tags. They could be used as a trifold. This is your background, and fold them inside or out. But they are pretty much a standalone tag for large ones if you want, like you saw how I'm using in the skinny journal. They just sort of plop into place. I guess we'll go this way with it. Let's see, do we still fit? Yes. Okay. So then we have 2, instead of 4 small or 4 medium journal tags, I did 2 double. These are great as little cards, folded packets. They have definitely front and back. 2 of my favorite pages. We have little scallop tags. I love to do it, a very long tag, which this one happened to pan out just right. This is something actually that did not end up in, as you notice, this isn't one of your pages, but it was a piece that I had created and didn't delete the page, and I thought it would make a great long flag. Let me go into our larger journal cards, 2 vertical, 2 horizontal. Pretty cute, and even these, as big as they are, you could fold them down the middle and make tiny little booklets, because of the fact they are, still down the middle in the sense of the bordered edges. So you can have fun making little itty bitty books out of those journal cards. You have your standard 6. I put them almost back to back, back to back, on each other just because I needed the space. So I was trying to fill in gaps. And so I left them pretty tightly knit with each other. But cut them up, you have your 6 individuals. And then 2 fully decorated labels that you can definitely layer with. I was trying to find new things and new ways to do some stuff. So we ended up with, you know, some fully decorated labels where you would use them as layers. As usual, we have a pocket here. I'm really sorry, this is going to be a little hard to cut out. I was having problems that day, but it does give you some freedom to decide how tall or not. Great rounded square pocket, 2 coins, and then my 1-inch dangle one. So cut just inside them, and you can add those to dangles and other goodies to give you some more decorative. Our file folder, as we always do, because I love that page. 4-fold or 4-flap envelope holds my larger journal cards. I give you a nice blue. I did give you a blue thing on that one to make sure you could find it. Love it. It does work nice. It has the N3 volume right there on the front cover. 4 of the tags, not tags, but tickets to go with it. You have my double stacked journal, envelope, or not envelope, double stacked corner pocket. So you've got this guy, and since they're both blue, and then this one would fold, come across this way. So hopefully they pan out nicely, and I think they're going to be a really pretty corner pocket on your page. We have our little coin pocket. It's not quite a full envelope because you do have the tabs to help make it a little bit wider to put on a skinny page. Middle of a book page. Great little ways to use this. I think there's times where I'm just cutting it and stacking it. I mean, you could even though you have the tabs here, you could cut this and put it behind it and make it a double stack, pocket. There we do the tabs, our flags, tabbed corner pockets, more coins, and then 2 just large, really simple, using the picking up on the colors, bordered labels. Again, for layering or to write on as you see fit. Put another word you want on there. You have your fussy cuts. These are some of the florals that I use throughout the kit, so you get to see them in their full capacity, and you can cut them out and use them as you see fit. And then some of my belly bands. Now, usually I give you 2 to 3 washi tape belly bands throughout just to fill in space, and that's why we had some new things, because I decided to put them all together. These are the backgrounds or areas within the page that just lent to that thing. So like these 2 are really easy. You can cut them in half and give them your washi. You can leave them as full, cut them to as you see fit as a belly band, whether it's in half or to go this way, whether it's all the way across the top, cut the top off, it becomes a layering piece. A lot of room for this. And I just decided to give you the 6 full belly band washi strips in one spot to play with as you see fit. So if you use them as a washi type of thing, make sure you put them on a sticker paper or a label paper, so that way you can cut and trim them and then just pull them off and, add them to the edges of your papers, whatever you want to do. So, but that was nice because then I didn't have to use, so much space here. I was able to give you guys the newer, these little labels, that were on the bottom of this, because normally there's a washi here, things like that. So, little thing, won't do it very often, but I had enough backgrounds, enough edges to papers that it lent to 6 of those. If I didn't have 6 things to fill in, I wouldn't have done the page. So little things like that. So there we go. Now that I'm completely out of order, but that's okay. So lots to play with, I hope. I mean, it's my standard kit. What I love to do, what I love to share, how I love to share it with, with you guys, and all the goodies that you get to work with. And I know sometimes it looks like the papers are just repeated, but they're in a shape and a size that you don't have to cut out and maneuver, right? You're like, oh, I have to cut out this whole page, or that image is gorgeous, but it's too big for that area, so it's nice when I can shrink it down to this size, a whole page down to a quarter of a page, a whole page down to a sixth of a page, or even a portion of it. Like, still, that's half a page, and I've got it down to this little sixth of a page area. And that's the reason why I make the ephemera, so that you guys don't have to print the page 50 million times or figure out how to shrink it down by 50%. To make a piece of ephemera for it, to make a layer that you need. So, but then again, you can print the pages 50 million times and do it that way too, right? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a blue and pink Floral Delight. It is sitting in the Etsy shop as of this evening, so it's up there for you guys to look at. The link for the kit is directly below in the upside down triangle, or in the show more text of the description right below the video itself. You click down there and there'll be a direct link to this. Of course, the Etsy shop, the Buy Me a Coffee, and everything else I'm attached to is all sitting there. So that is great. But yeah, so this is done. I'm really happy. We're going to go on to continue on with the 2 journals. And the next thing to come out will probably be, more than anything else, Kiki, love bug. Oh, it's probably going to be a lace doily scan combo. I have a bunch of stuff I want to use, but I want to scan it in for myself to use in kits and for you guys. So, yeah, I just thought I'd show you real quick if I could do this. What? Forgive my hands. What I've got going. This is the next week or 2, but so here's a pile of goodies. You know, I want to scan in as just scans of these guys for you as a raw digital, and then I'll probably put some layers behind it and sell it that way also. So there's that. That's my to-do. There is the wildflower multicolored journal, right? We got to get back to that hopefully on Tuesday. We have some layer tabs or layer pockets in here and the envelope to work on. I want to continue working with some parchment paper. As you can see, this was in the oven, so that's great. I want to tea dye some crinkled stuff and probably make some playing card ephemera, so that might be a video. We'll see how this all turns out and what layers I get. And of course, our skinny journal, so you can see a little glimpse. I worked on the cover. I have one more thing to do. And then, I don't know, we have stuff inside. I'm debating on how we're going to sew that in. But I want to make sure everything is laid out. I did add papers to it. I don't know if I have all my papers. I think I still need to add a few more. So this is what's on my table, guys. My happy planner. Got to do this week's. Got to get up and running. So skinny journal, ephemera, normal but wildflower botanical, scans, right? For new digis for you guys. And then, you know, hopefully by the end of the month, there will be one more full digital kit. I was supposed to be making a cherry blossom, like Zen garden type kit, and I have the graphics for it. I just didn't get where I thought I was going to go with it. This one just sort of popped up, and it just happened. And the timing's great. I haven't released anything in 2 weeks. My other botanical was 2 weeks ago. Surprisingly enough, 2 weeks have gone by already. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are, just rolling with 2 to 3 major kits a month, little things in between, and of course, lots of fun journaling. So I appreciate everybody who's joined me, new and old, who continue to watch me every day or every week, who join me new because you referred in some way or another, came across me by accident. And I really appreciate that you made the time to watch. I hope you will subscribe, like, love, notifications, comment, let me know you're here, how you're doing, what are you up to. And yeah, there we go. So that's it. I don't want to keep you forever, but you get a glimpse of what we're up to the next week or 2, and hopefully you'll keep chiming in. So love you all. This is Jolene with A Jewel Design. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.